Yo.
Welcome. We back.
You back?
Back with another one.
Yes, sir.
Okay. That's not on our end. All right, but the glare is there, but still. Welcome back to the Nate Jones story. Carcino, Nate the Snake Jones here.
Yes, sir.
Now, one more game. Here's something that you probably didn't understand or didn't know. Andre Ward, SOG Ward, just got his nomination for the Hall of Fame, first ballot. Congratulations to him. Andre Ward is somebody that we respect very much in this game. And to anybody who know anything about the sport of boxing, you know firsthand Andre Ward is all class, ultimate professional. You know, you're never going to find anybody better than Andre Ward as a person. He's more supportive than anybody I've ever seen, even when he didn't need to be.
Great guy.
Yeah, and for him to battle as many injuries as he did early on in his career, I never thought he would make it as far as he did because of the injuries. He had a lot of injuries when he first started out, and training injuries and everything. His shoulder. Every time I saw him, he was like injured, and I was like, man.
And it looked good for his career. It looked promising.
Yeah, and man, he'd have a great fight, and then his shoulder or something. Yeah. So I was worried, that his career wouldn't pan out as much as everybody else had anticipated that it would. But I'm very proud of him, and congratulations to you. My hat's off to you. You got anything you want to share?
Well, to me, Andre Ward was hands down the second best fight in the world behind Floyd Mayweather. If Mayweather would have ever lost, he would have took over the throne as the king of boxing in the 90s. He was something else to deal with, man. And a great guy, never been caught up in no controversy, good family man. I like him, I support him. Whatever he do, Andre Ward would have been the face of boxing if Floyd Mayweather would ever slip and lost. Andre Ward would have took over that throne. But, Andre Ward worked hard, and his hard work and dedication got him to where he's one of the best fighters, pound for pound, ever in the history of the game. He's one of the best ever. And I respect him to the fullest.
And the fact that Andre Ward did some amazing feats in the ring, it really catapulted him when they started the middleweight tournament. That tournament was really set for Andre Ward to win it. But it showcased him around the world to people who never really saw him. And due to his injuries, it was like a fast track to all the major fights that you wanted to see him take. And, Al Heyman pulled a move when Darrell in the tournament, Darrell and Ward ended up matching up to face each other in the tournament. And they pulled some strings and just got Darrell out of the tournament. Because they felt like that fight should be at the end of it instead of like the second matchup. They didn't agree with the matchups, and they were like, look, we giving people this fight for free. And it's like, we can make way more money on this down the road. That's how I was thinking. But it kind of hurt the tournament, a little bit when they did that. But Ward beat all of those guys in the tournament. They couldn't touch him. It was hands down, he was better than him, light years. And I like the fact of the way he moved and the way he carried himself individually. So for me, that always stood out more than anybody would know.
Well, with me, he was so fundamentally sound. Mm-hmm. That's what took him over the top. He was very fundamentally sound. He did everything correctly. He could have been a little bit more fundamental than Floyd. Maybe it was a time, but they was both hands over heels as far as fundamentals. They both had the game on lock on fundamentals. Nobody was fundamentally sound as Andre Ward and Floyd Mayweather in the entire game. They was hands over heels better than everybody when it came to fundamentals. And I don't think no one at this stage looking like they can take over that throne as being fundamentally sound as Mayweather Andre Ward was. They won the best.
Yep. And Ward had this thing that he did that was quite unique. Andre Ward was kind of slick with a way when he had to make adjustments. It was all instinctive. He had to make his toughest fight was the first Kovalev fight.
Yeah.
And that was the first time he ever been dropped in the ring. And he's fighting a guy much bigger than him at 174. And Ward is not a known puncher, for his punching power. More about precision. He had to make an adjustment in the fight to be able to neutralize what Kovalev was doing. Kovalev was shooting a lot of hard jabs and hard punches early. And Ward was standing too flat-footed. But in the first fight, he went in with an injury. Nobody knew about it, but he was injured. And he took the fight anyway because he's like, if I cancel, I won't get this fight again. So he took that fight. And he wasn't physically the way he wanted to be in the ring because he's like, I was injured and I couldn't really train the way I needed to be. So with that was said and done, he made an adjustment just slightly. And what he was doing was getting close to Kovalev by throwing up a high guard. And by taking up a high guard and taking a small step and getting low and kind of smothering what Kovalev wanted to do, half step over with a jab, making Kovalev have to move his feet. And when Kovalev tried to come with the 1-2, he's smothering that right hand. He's catching it. And what he's doing, and then when he stepped to him, he always makes sure he steps to Kovalev. Kovalev's falling in. He's stepping into him so he could pay him in the body. This was paying dividends to him. Turn, slight step, half step over. Turn, throw out a little filler jab. Let Kovalev try to throw the offense. When you try to breathe, that's when you push the attack. Kovalev back up to try to breathe. Ward, stay right on. Stay close. Some people, and this is one thing that I've noticed a lot, most fighters don't know how to deal when somebody's right in their face. You have to learn how to have that poise. That's why you have to have a lot of amateur experience. When a fighter's in front of you, you try to still be poised. Even though you're in range, you got to still be poised to have your game. Don't panic, think like he's right in front of me, I got to punch. And that's how Kovalev was feeling early on because he was counting on his power. And he wasn't throwing hardly any body shots. And that was a mistake. Big mistake.
Yeah, so most fighters, when you're in the inside, you have to be the most relaxed. You can't be nervous when you're in the inside. The most guys do that, let their nerves take over them when they're inside fighting. When you're inside, you have to be the most relaxed. You can't deal with pressure and can't deal with punches being nervous. Relaxation has to kick in. If you're not confident and fighting the inside, then it's going to be hard for you to do. Once you're confident and you're relaxed, you can do things much better when you relax than when you're stressed out, uncomfortable. So relaxation is the most important part about being inside. Most guys can't be relaxed because you're in the danger zone. Most guys don't relax when they're in the danger zone.
Yep.
And once you're able to, it'll take you a long way.
To seek safety, one must go to the heart of danger.
100%.
Yeah, you got to be able to step in that fire. And then you be like, okay, it ain't that hot.
It ain't that hot.
It ain't that hot.
I can deal with it better.
Yeah, most time I see fighters, like what Kovalev doing, he didn't know how to fight going backwards. Couldn't fight backing up. Kovalev can't. He only good coming forward. When he tried to fight going back, and most European fighters were like that, like the Klitschko's and guys like that, they couldn't fight going backwards. Only forwards. Yeah. Yep, the European style. So if you put him in a situation where he has to step backwards now and get away from Andre Ward so he can breathe, and Ward was smothering him and coming with body punches, and he'll come in high guard. He couldn't see where he wanted to go because he's headhunting. That's all Kovalev was doing was headhunting. And a lot of people think he won the fight in the first fight. No, they robbed it. No, Ward swept those rounds.
Yeah. Smart.
Took that fight from him.
Yeah. I thought in that middleweight division at the time, Andre Durrell was my favorite fighter.
Mm.
But Warren slowly showed me the difference, and Warren became my favorite fighter.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Andre Durrell was going to take over because I thought he was going to win the tournament. But Andre Ward showed me a part of him that I didn't know he had, his smartness and his fundamentals. When I seen his fundamentals in that tournament, I thought, man, he's the best fighter in the world. He can be he's second best on the floor. And when I seen that, I started saying that, and my belief changed when I knew Durrell. It became Andre Ward.
I already knew about Darrell. I knew when he lost to King Arthur. I already knew about Darrell in that fight when they gave him the victory, but he mentally don't have that dog in him like Ant. Ant got it. Anthony Darrell got the dog in him.
More of a dog.
Yeah, Andre, he will cave it in, throw in that towel, and he look for a way out. And I've seen him do that in sparring. And I said, man, and I heard him like doing a post-fight interview, and I'm like, why would he say something like that?
What did he say?
So his confidence, he was just like, anybody can win a fight, and I'm gonna do my best. I just know I'm gonna do my best when I'm in there. I'm gonna do my absolute best. So I think, yeah, of course I'm gonna win. But anybody can win a fight, but I just think I'm gonna do my best, and my best is gonna be enough. And I was just like, this dude ain't confident at all. I'm like, his confidence ain't even there. He just really trying to find a win for himself in the conversation. Like, I just know I'm just gotta do me, and his team, which is his family, they were just trying to give him motivation. And he's like needing motivation to go. And I'm like, people outside can give you as much motivation as possible. If you ain't got it in here, it's not there.
It's starting with you.
Right. It's got to start with you.
And the Matrix at that time was my favorite fighter.
Mm.
And when he declined a little bit and didn't go as far as I thought he would, that's when Andre Ward became my favorite fighter. I started seeing some of Andre Ward that made me think differently. But at one point, the Matrix was my favorite fighter in the world, bro. I liked him a lot. He reminded me. He was slick, crafty, Olympian. He won a bronze medal.
Had all the physical attributes.
Yeah, he had everything. Height, kind of tall, 6'1", 6'2", tough. I just thought he would go farther than what he did, but he had a good career. And
he went a lot further than I thought he was gonna go. And the thing is that when they look at everything in totality, as far as accomplishments, big fights, he fought Kovalev again. He beat him, and then to just walk away, and retire. Because what he wanted to do was go fight one fight at heavyweight and fight Anthony Joshua. That's the fight he wanted to be his last fight. Yeah. Andre Ward was going to go to heavyweight and fight Anthony Joshua. That's the fight he said at heavyweight. If anybody, he said, I'm going to fight Wilder. But he was like, Joshua, that's the guy I'm looking for.
It was in his plan? I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was his plan. He was going to fight Anthony Joshua because he said, I can get him. He felt he could get Joshua out of anybody in there that was stylistically. Wilder was too much of a risk. He said, but he's like, but Anthony Joshua, that's the guy he felt he could have got. He felt he could have got him.
No, Anthony Johnson, too big. 6'6", 6'7", too big. I mean.
Yeah, he's like, that was his impossible task that he wanted to give himself after to come out of retirement for. That was the fight he was going to come out of retirement for.
Well, you never tell a man when he can't do. You never tell a man when he cannot do.
Yeah.
And, it's possible. Well, I wish him the best. I would wish him the best luck, but I don't see him being no Anthony Johnson. But, you never know.
Yep. So that would have been incredible, man. But he said it didn't happen. Joshua lost and everything. And he was just like, damn, like I knew. He's like, I wish I'd have got it. Because he's like, I knew I could get it. And he's like, I wanted to get that fight. And he said, we just couldn't come to an agreement on that. But he was like, I wanted that. But like he said, it wasn't in God's plan, but he got everything out of boxing retired undefeated. You know, one of the best fighters in the game. Period. He beat everybody. You know, stopped Kovalev the second time in the second fight. He stopped it. And I said, if they ever fought again, Kovalev's done because he figured him out. And I'm like, Ward blanked him all the rounds.
Wow.
They fight again, fight over. So when he stopped Kovalev, that shocked the world.
Yeah, he shocked me. But I was becoming a Ward fan once I seen him coming to and becoming what he was. I seen Ward take over the game. And I seen Ward, when I seen Ward after doing what he done to Kovalev, I started saying then that he's the second best fighter in the world, pound for pound, other than Floyd Mayweather. If Floyd Mayweather was ever to lose, he would take over the throne.
Yep.
He became the best fighter in the world, man, hands down.
And then to top it all off, to make it even more crazy, is that when he was coming up and they was talking about a fight, Bernard Hopkins is like, I'm gonna take on Andre Ward. And I'm like, Bernard, you gonna lose. You fight Ward, you gonna lose. But he ended up fighting Kovalev. And Kovalev beat Hopkins. But Hopkins was like, yeah, I'm gonna get Andre Ward. And me and Ward gonna go toe to toe. He was like, that'd probably be my last fight if I fought Andre Ward.
Well, I know that.
Yeah, beat Hopkins. But yeah, he wouldn't have lasted.
The Nate Jones story.
That's right. So now we're gonna go to the Better Be fight against Bill.
Oh, yeah.
So did you see that fight?
Yes, I did.
And this is the most controversial. We had so many people going back and forth on who won the fight. I watched the fight again. I think Bibble won. And the reason I gave it to Bibble is because all the clean punches were landed by him. All the clean shots were landed by him. Like clearly you see his punches more than you see Better Be. But Better Be, the style of the fight, by him applying the pressure, coming forward with the aggression and power. He's hitting arms, but he hit a lot of arms and everything else. And he was wearing down Bibble. So in the last championship rounds, the majority of those rounds, Bibble got like one of those rounds. After that, Better Be was winning with the aggression coming forward. Boom, 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 throwing thunder. But he threw more, but he wasn't landing more. But the punches he was landing was having an effect, like on them arms and shoulders. Because in the last rounds, that jab was gone. Bibble's jab was gone. So he took that away from him. So in them championship rounds, it showed up. So people remember how the fight ended with Better Be coming forward. I had it 115 to 113 for Bibble because I felt it was either a draw or Better Be made it. But when the fight first started, it was clear Bibble was the better boxer of the two. All the clean shots, jab, pop, 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 combination right here. I'm like, this gonna be a tough night for Better Be. I was wondering how he was gonna survive. So 4 out of the first 5 rounds, Bibble won easy. He won that easy. And I was like, man, he winning this easy. I gave probably 1 round to Better Be in the first 5. After that, it was starting to switch. And so that's why I was like, yeah, this is starting to go. But after round 7, he won that, I think, big Bibble. And then from 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12, I think he got maybe 1 round out of Bibble. How did you see the fight, man?
I thought Bibble didn't do enough.
Oh, okay.
I don't think he did enough. I thought when that same night, I was in the corner with Dylan Price.
Right.
So we was watching the fight on someone's phone, on someone's laptop. And I wasn't really that much watching because I was concerned about my fight. Dylan Price getting ready for his fight, his championship fight. But when I did saw him, I don't think he did enough to beat him. I think Bibble, the one without the beard, right? Bibble.
Right.
I think Bibble gave the fight on. I think Bibble could have dominated more. Bill at one point, well, I thought Bill was going to take over. After the fourth, the fifth, sixth round, I thought he was going to take over. He didn't dominate. And he gave the fight away to me.
Yeah.
I don't think he secured a win. All that moved around and blocking shots, it was looking good to certain people, but you weren't doing enough, man. You didn't deserve to win. I think, what's the guy named the man? Benavidez did enough. He applying the pressure. I thought he did enough. He wanted it more. I think Bivol didn't put his nuts on the table and clearly make a win for himself. He didn't clearly separate himself from winning the fight. And that's what he needed to do to win the fight. He didn't do enough to me.
Well, I could agree with either side because it was close. You know, Eddie Hearn losing and saying it was a robbery, but I mean, what he's supposed to say. So they talking about doing a rematch. Everybody want to do the rematch.
Yeah, do the rematch.
Do the rematch. Now to end all the controversy. But I think the effect of what Benavidez was doing with the pressure, even though he was losing the rounds, it was effective because the jab disappeared from Bivol in the last championship rounds. The jab was gone.
Bivol didn't make the difference. He didn't separate.
He was making them miss or not score. He was blocking, but he wasn't making them pay.
He didn't show the world that he wanted to win. You got to put your nuts on the table and pull it out. He didn't reach down at the bottom of the bag and pull out nothing. He shouldn't have. He should have put everything on the table and put his nuts on the table and did everything he could to win the fight. He didn't. He didn't use his jab as much as he should have. His jab was a dominating force against Canelo. He didn't have the same jab. He needed that jab to beat him, and he didn't.
Yeah, and I was sitting up there and watching the fight, and I'm saying it over and over in my head the way I'm like watching it again, and I'm trying to see where the swing rounds is and seeing if there's any rounds I would change. And I'm seeing like maybe some of the rounds like that they gave to Bivol, or they saying Bivol won. I'm looking to see could this be a swing round, but to me, all the rounds were decisive. The ones that were won, you knew won. So I still had the same scorecard. I still think Bivol won on points, 115 to 113. But if anybody had it a draw, I say it's cool. But it's hard for me to see 7 rounds for Beterbiev. I can't really find 7 rounds for him in the fight. And that's where I get to a point. But if I'm watching the fight, just not scoring, just watching the fight, I can see how anybody would say, oh, Beterbiev won. Because he won the championship round. He was the one bringing the fight to the other guy.
I give the fight to him, too. I thought he pointed out. I thought he reached down the bottom and pointed out. Milton didn't do enough to separate the fight.
Right.
And, I mean, he could have took over in the mid-round where he could have made a big spread. He didn't. And if he did that, he'd have made a big difference in the fight. He didn't.
So if you was in Bivol's corner, what advice would you give him fighting Beterbiev?
If I was in Bivol corner, I would have hit him, pulling him, trying to make me jab him and throw more combination. And now I would have told him to punch more. Let your hands go. You block a lot of shots, but you're not punching off after you block. Punch after you block. Put some combination. You got to separate them. You got to pull out the win. And you got to let your hands go. You can't block everything if you're going to win. You have to show the world that you punch it back. And by him not doing that, I think that's what could have separated the fight. And he did. We're going to find the Beterbiev.
Now, you Beterbiev, and you going against Bivol, like, let's say in a rematch, what would you tell Beterbiev that he needs to do?
Round 12, round 13. Keep coming forward. Apply the pressure.
From the first round?
From the first round. Make it a dog fight for him. Then you got to break his will. And it seems like you did a little bit in the first fight. Break his will again. If you break his will, then you can beat him. But don't let him get started. Keep him uncomfortable. Round 13, come right forward and make it a long night for him. And then you probably can pull out a win.
All right, that's sound advice. Now, Dylan Price, 19-0 now.
Yes, sir.
And another spectacular knockout. He got everybody talking about that fight.
Man,
Now, what are some of the advice and things that you worked on with him when you went up to get him sharp and things of that nature?
Important them in jab. And show them how important that is. And tell them that, like, and in these big fights, how important it is to be confident and how important it is to relax. Relaxation and combination in the jab is where I work on them a lot. And it's confident because if you don't believe in yourself, it's hard to come out and it's hard to find a win. But let's work on his confidence and build his confidence up and talk about how important this jab is and show him that the jab is the key to boxing. If most people who have a good jab, it's a good fight. And if you don't work on your jab, work on your combination, punching off the jab, the combination, it's going to be hard for you. And that's the one thing I'm working with him, him and his dad, his whole team. We all sing together and we all play a major important part to helping Dylan Price become the best fighter in the world. That's our goal.
All right. Oh yeah, Can't Play Boxing said, "What's up, Nate Jones? Great, smart amateur and coach." Yeah, I was watching some of his amateur fights the other day against Lamon Brewster, and they gave Lamon Brewster the victory. Man, you should see Nate get so mad at that point system because the point system was crazy.
Brewster, we fought 5 times, and he beat me 3, and I beat him 2. I beat him 1. He beat me 4. But I think he's the only person knocked me out as an amateur and a pro. And he was my toughest. His style gave me more problems because he can punch. So I had to watch him, but the one thing that my freakiness gave my sickness gave Bruce a lot of problems. And I knew my sickness was better. And that's why I fought Bruce, I had to stay slick and crafty and confident. And that will always get to Bruce. And that's what I did. Show him my confidence and show him my dedication to beat him. And I had to beat him. Because if it weren't for me, it would have been him in the Olympics. And we were best of friends to this day, but I won the Olympic spot. I had to get it. He was in the way, but we're the best of friends now. As a pro, we fought to fight Klitschko for the world title, and he beat me. And I wanted that spot. I took his dreams, he took my dreams. We're the best of friends now.
Yep. And that's just some great amateur wars back then, man. It was some great amateur fights. I remember Zab Judah fighting David Diaz.
Oh my God.
That was a good fight.
Them was wars, man.
Yeah.
Wars. I mean.
That could have been on television.
Yeah, that was like Aaron Pryor and Lexar Graham.
Yeah.
But they all have some of the best fights. Zab Judah won the first round by 10 points. The second round, David Diaz won the second round by 1 point. And then the third round, the deciding round, David Diaz would win by 20. Condition. David Diaz was always in tip-top shape. And that's what hurt Zab. Zab wasn't in the best shape, wasn't in better shape than David Diaz. And every time David Diaz was in better shape, and that's why David beat Zab. If it wasn't for the conditioning of David Diaz, he wouldn't have been on the Olympic team.
Yeah, but Zab thing was conditioning, and it was always conditioning. Yeah. He'll get in shape, but he had natural athleticism.
Right.
And
speed,
right.
Quickness.
Speed, quickness, and natural. So he feel like I ain't gotta do too much. Like I ain't gotta run that many miles. I just run enough. I got a 6-pack already. I look good. Right. I look good and sharp. I got some cuts.
I'm gonna make the Olympic team.
Yeah. So I'm gonna just use my athleticism. But when you going against somebody who's in shape, training solid, and staying behind the jab, David Diaz is catching him with the jab, coming in,
punching combination.
Yeah, combination shot.
Yeah.
Zab was looking for one shot at big left, boom, and then he started. He threw that big left, boom, then he wanted to come with a combination, and defense was absent, and his father was a martial artist, so Joel Judah was a martial artist, and with martial arts, it's so hard for a martial artist to teach his son boxing. And you've seen that with the Benavidez boys. It's hard because the defense is different. And not just the defense, it's boxing reflexes and martial arts reflexes. Martial arts reflexes, nobody's here trying to protect. The defense comes from mostly your reactions and blocks with hands, but your face is exposed. So if you get somebody to come into it, martial arts, they want you to keep your head up. You can see everything, and you block like windshield, like you stay within the corners. In boxing, you'll be knocked out. Your hands got to be here.
2 more.
Your chin got to be down. Your head got to be here. You know, you got to have your guards up to catch, shoot, because you don't want to depend all on your reflexes. So your hands is down most of the time, and you're doing all reflex stuff. And then what happens when you get clipped? In boxing, they set traps, feints with the glove, anything. Floyd was good with those gloves, those hand feints, boy. Little twist of the glove, throw you off. All right, man, you throw your timing off, man. There's so many little ticks that get
That's why I
people
tell
off
my fighters when I'm training people, hands stay by your cheekbone. They don't use the cheekbone. See my hands here? They stay here. I don't do this. I keep it right here. And then my hands move with my head. Not here. Someone that's fighting with skills, they're gonna time and they're gonna catch you. If your hands are always here, you punch better from here, you block better from here. Your hands stay by your cheekbone. I tell my fighters, hands stay by your cheekbone. Okay? You gotta keep it here, right here. You punch it, you block it, protect yourself more better. You protect yourself better, you punch better from right here, cheekbone.
Right.
Hands stay by the cheekbone.
And I've seen somebody throw a right hand, their leg is way back here. I'm like, how you gonna get leverage? Like you throwing a right hand like that? That don't make no sense. This leg should be like an anchor. Right here.
Watch out, sit down.
Yeah.
See that? So when you sit, it's one your feet gotta be as wide as your shoulder. So if you don't have a good right hand, if your feet is not leveraged right. Look at that. Look at my right hand. This here, there's nothing up on the bridge. If I bring it over, look at that. It's all together.
Yeah, that's all leverage.
All leverage.
All leverage and power. Because now, when you got here, it's like an anchor now.
You
now you can use
sit in the chair, like you sit in the school chair. That's it, school chair.
Get straight up.
Perfect. School chair.
Get right up, turn on. So you should never be doing this.
No.
That should never be the case. I mean, you almost like a track star.
Yeah.
Like your foot way back here, so you get no power from this leg. It's all arm punch.
Mm-hmm.
You reaching, and it's all arm punch.
Oh,
where the power gonna come from? This leg gotta be for the support. So when you throw it,
perfect now. Sit in the school chair.
Yeah. It's like sitting down, straight up, poof.
Perfect.
Right. So you want to put your leg into it. You want to have this leg supporting it.
And most people don't understand that. I teach the feet before I teach the punch. You're going to train me for a week with just your foot movement before I show you how to punch.
Yep.
I teach feet before I teach punching. And that's the most important part of the game. Because if your feet not right, you'll be a wheelchair champion. You will not be, if you have no legs, you'll be a wheelchair champion.
Yeah.
So your feet are the most important things about boxing. How good is your jab, your feet too wide? How good is your right hand, your feet too close? How good is your roll, your feet too spread wide apart? The fundamentals of your feet is what the key to the sport. And if you say fundamentally sound with your feet, like this in the school chair, your fundamentals, that's the beginning. I saw with the feet first, then I show you the boxing. Then I show you how to throw the punches correctly. But I saw with the feet first. The feet is the most important thing about boxing.
Absolutely. I've seen a fighter get knocked down 3 times because of balance. The dude didn't hit him hard. He threw a punch, a guy just checked him. He went down because he off balance.
Off balance.
He lost a fight that he could have easily won and was dominating because he had 3 knockdowns that was unnecessary because he off balance.
Mm-hmm. And the balance is the key. Balance is the key. The fundamentals is important. Everything you do in life. If you're fundamentally sound and whatever you do, if it's boxing, basketball, football, writing letters, writing books, You gotta be fundamentally sound. Have your own fundamental. Everything starts with fundamental. And if you're fundamentally sound in whatever you're doing in life, you have a great chance of being great at it. Fundamentals.
And what I saw recently from a lot of amateur fighters when I was watching some of the like nationals, and they were posting it, and I'm seeing a constant thing: fighters taking themselves out of range. Now, what I mean by that is when you go in, you jab, and then you jump out. You too far out of range to do work. So if he missed, you can't really pay him back because you out of range. You jumping out too far back. See, and that's why you too nervous. You gotta take a half step back. Don't pull straight back. It's a lot of right. Turn, but stay within the kill zone. So when he miss, you can make him pay for missing. You right there, pop. You could touch it.
That's why you gotta stay relaxed.
Right.
If you're nervous and unsure, you're gonna jump back. But if you're confident, you're gonna step back. You gotta solely work on someone's confidence. You gotta show them every single day the importance of being confident in this game. If you're unsure in this game, it's gonna be hard for you to be great. You have to stay confident. You gotta believe in yourself. In this time we're here. In this time we're here.
Yeah. So it's some fighters I saw that was using a lot of movement. I really don't like the duck down move. I hate that move. I never liked that in boxing. You just dip all the way low. And get caught pulling up. I'm like, you're gonna get caught when you pull up. And know how to tie up. Most people don't know how to tie up when you do tie up. People don't know how to do that, and it's an amateur. It's not really taught.
And people don't understand the importance of it. They think you've been a pussy if you grab someone. Grabbing someone in boxing is sometimes the smartest thing you do. See, when Mayweather grabbed, who was that? Sugar Shane Mosley after he grabbed him with that right hand.
Yeah,
smartness. And Floyd, when he did that, Floyd got knocked out. The next right hand, Sugar Shane Mosley went through with knocked Floyd Mayweather out cold. But smartness, he grabbed him and never let him go. And that saved Floyd Mayweather. Mayweather would not be 50-0. He would have lost that night. And then it's okay to grab. I know what you're doing and be comfortable. I know the ins and outs of the game. You gotta learn the game. You gotta learn the surrounding parts of the game. And to be confident. And when you work on those small details, on your confidence, your relaxation, it'll take you far in the game. Yeah. Relaxation is the key to boxing. You can't be uncomfortable and be a good boxer. You gotta have confidence.
Yes, and Floyd got Shane's respect by the end of that round. He dogged him. He stood in there and fought him and was walking him, and that surprised Shane. Because Shane threw a lot of big punches early because of that.
And Floyd Mayweather came back to the corner. He said, "Man, fuck him." He said, "I told him okay at night. I'm gonna fuck him up, man." I'm like, "Man, you okay, man? Fuck that, man. I'm okay." He said, "I'm going at this dude. I'm gonna crush him. You want to knock me out? I'm gonna kill him." And Floyd dog walking out there. I woke up something Floyd, and Floyd just. I was nervous that I wanted to take a chance to get hit again, but Floyd walked him down and dominated. Yeah, just changed everything.
He went right into his bag early. Yeah, he woke up because in the first thing that they did, rest in peace to dazn Muhammad, the trainer for Shane. He had Shane stick to this game plan for the first round. He's like, I don't want you to shoot nothing really at Floyd. It's all body shots. I want you to put all the jab right to the body. Boom. So he was like, if you go into that shoulder roll, I want you to put it right in the body every time. Boom. So he was hitting him, and then Floyd was hitting him back with the jab to the body. Boom. And he was like, see, that's what we got him. We got him reacting. And I'm like listening in the corner, and he's telling him exactly what the strategy was about. He wanted Floyd to get comfortable with Shane shooting that jab straight to the body. And that whole round, he had him do it. And then he came with a 1-2. And that's how Floyd got caught with the right hand. Because he was anticipating that jab to the body again by Shane. And Shane said, boom, that 1-2. And I said, oh, dazn set that up in the corner. And he was like, you see how he tried to pay you back in the body now? He's like, yeah, now it's time to come with the 1-2. And he caught him with the 1-2. And I said, man, dazn Muhammad is something else. because he strategized that whole thing from the first round. So if you go back and watch the Mayweather Shane Mosley fight again, watch it again and see if you see that. See the setup, and that's where coaching comes into play. And that's how huge it could be. You see what happened there with Floyd Mayweather. He caught him with that 1-2, and that right hand, that was just unexpected.
Well, going back to that fight that night, I remember I had dropped my towel. I didn't see Floyd get hit. I dropped my towel and reached out to pick it up. As I'm picking it up, my hands were screaming. I look up, and Floyd was hurt. I'm like, what happened? They said Floyd just got buckled. And I never seen it. And when I went home and I watched the tape at home, after watching, then I seen it, and I seen what you were saying about Muhammad. Made a big move and told him what to do, and it worked for him. I mean, but yeah, I never seen it until I went home and watched it on the video, and I realized that Muhammad played a major part in hurting for him. Smart move.
Yeah, and I want you guys to also know that Nate Jones now has membership set up. So yeah, you could become a member.
Yes, sir.
Yes, you got 3 tiers, and he's gonna definitely be giving. Like we get enough memberships in, we're gonna be doing giveaways, everything here.
Yes, sir.
Yep. So you can start signing up and joining the memberships.
Sign up and join the membership. We really need it. We really appreciate it. At the Nate Jones Foundation.
Yep.
At the Nate Jones Story. We all here together. Casino has been my friend for over 30 years. This is my boy. And we're going to do this together. We're going to bring this real boxing knowledge to the Nate Jones Story and show the world that we know about the game and change people to respect the game the way we do. Look at it the way we do from our eyes, from our window sill. We know the game. We legend. We really know what we're talking about when it comes to boxing. We just want to help you become a better athlete, a better boxer.
Yeah, and in the memberships, you're going to get those one-on-ones, for the membership sign up. He'll have one-on-one conversations with you. And if you're a young fighter in the game, wanting some advice, join the memberships, and he definitely will give you some advice.
And I will help you out as best I can to make you one of the best fighters that you can be in the world. So talk to me, and I'll help you the best I can. And let's put it together, man. Nate Jones Story. I'm here to help you guys out in this boxing game and get you to the top as far as you can go. God bless you. Let's keep doing it.
All right. And we'll see y'all next time.
Yes, sir.
Ooh, that's a wrap.
You record a little bit of this camera.